CBSE Board, Class 11, History, Chapter 4, Part 22. There were a lot of liberals who were so happy with the Western liberalism, intellectuals supported from Japan, the promotion of Western liberalism. Yuki Imori was a leader of the popular rights movement. This is the picture. He demanded three things. He demanded constitutional government. He said that only if we have a constitutional government, things will go in the right track. He also admired the French Revolution's principles and doctrine of natural rights of man and of popular sovereignty, where people were given rights naturally, and popular sovereignty means people always voted, means they wanted a particular person to rule as the king or the sovereign, to establish power. So that was something which he admired, and he wanted that to be adopted in Japan. He also spoke for a liberal education which will help in developing each individual. And what is the kind of slogan for that? Freedom is more precious than order. Individuals should be given some kind of freedom other than always ordering, because that will help the person to actually develop on their own. And other people, other intellectuals, he was a philosopher, this particular person, other intellectuals advocated voting rights for women because they did not have voting rights, and many of the countries in the world during that time did not give major voting rights to women. This was a great pressure on the government, and that is how the government announced the formation of a constitution. Okay? Daily life, very important part. Japan had transformed itself to a modern society, and it can be also seen which affected their daily lives. I told you that the patriarchal household, that is where the male figure in the house is the head of the family or the society, is always dominated by the men. So this patriarchal household system comprised many generations. So many generations lived together. If you read about the old folk tales in Japan, many novels and all will have this kind of system where it will be controlled by one head of the house, and more people became affluent. So as more people started becoming wealthy in the family, that is how they started getting independent. New ideas of the family spread and they became very nuclear after that. But initially, just like how we had in India, it was all generations coming together and living under one roof. The new home which was formed in the society of Japan, that is homu as the Japanese say using the English word, was of course that of the nuclear family, where husband, wife lived as breadwinner and homemaker. So that is the nuclear family system. There was this new concept of domesticity, and in turn it generated demands for new types of domestic goods. So domesticity is something which evolved or led to the purchase of domestic goods, new types of family entertainments, and new forms of housing. So when you don't have a very big family, of course you just have to have a small house. I'm not telling that when you have a very small nuclear family you shouldn't have a big house. It's not like that. But the demand for changing the forms of housing, the demand for domestic goods and the family entertainment, everything changed according to the expansion or according to the innovative ideas. So by 1920s, construction companies came into form. They made cheap housing available for a down payment of 200 yen. So down payment, you must be familiar with all these terms by now, where you pay an initial number and initial money is paid. So that was just 200 yen and a monthly installment of 12 yen for 10 years. So of course this helped many families to go for cheap housing and also to approach the construction companies so that they will also have their own house built. So this at a time when the salary of a bank employee, a person with higher education, was 40 yen per month. So they used to get 40 yen per month. So that is when they said you can just pay 12. Out of that, 12 yen will go as monthly installment. So that was quite economical. Everybody could afford it. So that's how it became very cheap. Okay. Now this is a source box information. The Car Club Moga. Let's see what it is. It's an abbreviation for modern girl. Okay, modern girl. It actually represented when the coming together happened in the 20th century of ideas, especially of gender equality. Everywhere this was a problem where they wanted to give equal importance to both man and women. Okay, so cosmopolitan culture and a developed economy. They said it's not just when you look at this particular term, you may think it's only concerning gender. Of course, it is the clubbing of all these ideas: gender equality, cosmopolitan culture, and a developed economy. All these things came together. The new middle class families enjoyed new forms of travel and entertainment, because when the family became small in number, when the members started decreasing, it was very economical for them to adopt new forms of travel and entertainment. Transport in cities improved with electric trams. You should remember that they gave a lot of importance to their transportation system. It is so highly modernized. Public parks were built, which was opened from 1878. Department stores also began to be built. So much of innovation. Maybe we learned all these things from Japan actually. And in Tokyo, the Ginza became a fashionable area for Jinbura. It is a word which combined Ginza and Berbera, walking aimlessly. The first radio stations opened in 1925. Walking aimlessly means just like that, so free, walking in the street. It was a kind of fashion in those days. Matsui Zumako was an actress, and she became a national star with her portrayal of Nora. There is a play which is written by a Norwegian writer, Henrik Ibsen. Is a very famous writer. He wrote the play A Doll's House. So there is a character, the main character in the Doll's House. The name of that character is Nora. Okay, a very kind of nuclear family concept is there. Modern family, American family. That is a kind of concept which is incorporated in this particular novel. So this actress became very famous when she played the role of Nora, and movies began to be made by 1899, and there were a lot of companies making hundreds of films by this time. The period was one of great vitality. A lot of energy was there. A lot of variations were there. Variety was there. Questioning of traditional norms. They did not acknowledge the traditional norms of social and political behavior. So that is how so many things changed in the society of Japan. Overcoming modernity is the new problem. State-centered nationalism was full-fledged. It came into full expression in the 1930s and 1940s. And of course, Japan had its increasing colonial empire everywhere. It launched wars so that it could extend its empire in China and other parts of Asia. So they started attacking the other places so that they could extend their empire. So there was a war that merged into the Second World War. That is how Second World War took off after Japan attacked the USA at Pearl Harbor. They attacked USA because they wanted to extend their empire. So this period saw greater controls on society. So much of rigid control was there on society. The repression and imprisonment of dissidents, formation of patriotic societies. Many women's organizations came into form to support the war. So all the people started supporting war because they just wanted to extend their empire. Everybody contributed to it. And remember, people were also encouraged to join the military service for at least a small period of time. Now, there is one symposium, there was one influential symposium which was conducted on overcoming modernity, especially in 1943, and it debated the dilemma facing Japan of how to really fight the West while being modern. You want to stay modern, but you don't want to have their idols also. You just want to be different from them. But Japan was always aping the West. So they wanted to fight the West while they remained modern. It's like you want to take the ideals from the West, but you do not want to give up to the West. That is the idea. So that was the kind of new style or fashion in 1943 to overcome modernity. A musician, that is the picture given here, Morai Zeburo. he posed a very important question on how to rescue music. It is like music was in a big dilemma, it was facing a big crisis from the art of sensory stimulation and restore it to an art of the spirit, because music was also losing its importance. So they just wanted to help rescue the music so that it comes back with a sensory stimulation, so that people will start enjoying music just like any other art or spirit. Now, he was not completely rejecting the Western music, but he was trying to find a way where he could have a new form of Japanese music which did not ape the West completely. It went beyond merely rewriting or playing Japanese music, because when you have complete traditional Japanese music, it is not something new. People were tired of it. And he neither wanted to completely reject the Western music also on Western instruments. So he wanted a new form. That was the idea of this musician. The philosopher Nishitani Keiji. This is the philosopher. He defined modern. What was his definition on the modern? As the unity of three streams of Western thought. He said that modernism or modern is where three streams of Western thought come together. The first one is the Renaissance, the Protestant Reformation, and the rise of natural sciences. When all these three principles come together, you have got this Western thought, and that is how you can define the term modern. Renaissance, Protestant Reformation, and the rise of natural sciences. He also argued that Japan's moral energy, it was a term taken from German philosopher Ranke. They had lot of German ideals followed. I told you about how they used German terms. So this particular term was also copied. It was taken actually from the German philosopher Ranke, which helped to escape colonization. They did not want colonization. It was to only establish a new world order, a greater East Asia. So when all these three principles come together, you can define modern. And he said that Japan's moral energy should be to establish a new world, but not have colonization. That is something like a greater East Asia, a greater country. That's it. Why do you have to exert power over other people? For this, a new vision was born that would integrate science and religion. So integrating these two principles it was very important to have a new vision, to have a new idea. So that was the kind of idea they wanted to give importance to. After defeat, re-emerging as a global economic power. So every great empire will go through this kind of defeat. So what happened after the defeat? Japan's attempt to carve out a colonial empire ended finally. How? With its defeat by the Allied forces. All the forces joined against them. It was argued that nuclear bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki to shorten the war. So Japan said that we dropped this war to actually put an end to the war. But others think that this particular destruction and suffering was quite unnecessary. Yes, because many people are still suffering from it. They say that it was only to shorten the war, but of course it was defeated by the Allies. So under the US-led occupation, Japan was demilitarized and a new constitution was introduced. So because of all these actions, though they did not intend, it was demilitarized and a new constitution was developed for Japan. So that was the main important point.